Well, howdy guys, how's it going? Finally got this big old monstrosity set up, but I took and upgraded my hammock game. I got this Sun Year hammock and their new tarp tent, and this thing is huge, and I'm really pleased with how easy it was to set everything up this first time. The only thing that's kind of screwing us a bit is that tree right there, because this is just like with the distances and the spots, this is the best place, like right here, that's level. I was going to go back up into that other new section of mountain where, you know, the tornado thing and all that stuff was, to do the first setup with this, but we had a really bad storm yesterday, so I needed to come out and double check and make sure the TP tent is still good and it's still holding on like a trooper. And this is also going to be my first time using a underquilt. I've never used an underquilt. I've always fought with a pad in my hammock. Like last year is whenever I first started hammock camping, at least, you know, seriously. And this was a brand I'd never heard of. It's AYAMAYA, so I'm not sure about the proper pronunciation. And I hadn't heard of Sun Year either, but it seems like their stuff is really, really good quality. So like, I'm not even worried about the tarp being pressed up against the that tree right there, because that tree's pretty smooth. Doesn't seem to have too much of a abrasive surface to it. And as long as you had the room, you could set this thing higher up off the ground, but even like the head clearance, with just this small gap that we have below, there's more than enough room in here, because that's one thing when it comes to hammock camping. If you do end up camping in any inclement weather, it can kind of suck to have to just be planted in your hammock for hours on end, and then, you know, just waiting for night to roll around so you can sleep. So this is a great way to combat that, and you're already going to be carrying a tarp, probably a similar size anyway, so now you have the option to close up both ends. The rains get really heavy or the winds get too bad, so this will be a really nice thing to have in the cooler months. Like, I'm looking forward for fall and winter to take and roll back around. But then you can just fold those flaps back and use this as a regular tarp as well. The other nice thing is this one has double-sided zippers, so because of that tree, originally I thought that this left side was going to be where I was going to be entering the hammock, but now, because I was able to pull the right side of this fly further out, this is going to be the move. Just waiting on stuff to stretch, because like anytime you set up new gear, new tarps, like the straps on the hammock material, it's going to stretch some as you use it. So I will have to periodically adjust this, probably adjust it before we hit the hay tonight. But I brought some good food. I hate that we had to set up so close to this fire pit that I've already got established, so we'll probably have to go like make a new one, because I do not want to burn any holes in this brand new tarp, because I didn't bring any type of stove. I just brought out stuff to make hamburger steaks and rice. And then one thing I needed to do real quick while I'm chilling here is I'm going to take and sharpen that hatchet a little bit. So let's do that first. So yeah, I got a new sharpener. I've already used it some on a couple of my other knives, but I'm going to take and do it on that. It's made by Sharple, and it's a double-sided diamond sharpener. But the thing that really caught my eye with this one is it's one of the few that has a strop for a sheath, and so that right there is, you know, a three-in-one combo. It's really nice, and then you got extra paracord around the handle. It's not too heavy, but it's just got the heft of good quality. So, and for anybody, like, for the technical specs, the coarse side is a 325 grit, and then the extra fine is 1,200. Thing is, this thing is not like too dull by any means. It's just a good idea to keep your edges honed, and just make sure you avoid using your tools in the event the edges have rolled over. In just those few passes, and we are razor sharp. I think what tends to happen in most people's cases is they end up letting their blade get to a point of dullness to where it feels like it's almost impossible to get it sharpened back by hand. So that's why carrying something like this with you and just kind of sharpening as you go is a really, really good habit to get into. So for example, that right there was a standing hardwood tree that's essentially petrified, so it is very, very hard. This thing can take chunks out of it, no problem. I was going to finish cutting it down, but my wrist and hand are still very sore. Like, I finally able to come out today, and you know, I can move it, but something like that, the shock of doing that does not feel good. So we'll have to finish taking that tree down another time, because I was going to use it for wood, because it's a really dense hardwood. But all that is done. I'm just going to take and sit and enjoy this beautiful overcast day, listen to the birds. Need to go find some wood, because like where we had that storm yesterday, everything's pretty wet. But then it was also windy, so that kind of helped speed up the drying process of everything, because I got a new titanium cook set that I've not got to use yet. I put a picture of it on my Instagram. It's Silver Ant Outdoors titanium cook set. So I'm excited to use it for the first time, and we'll fry up them burgers and make some rice with them. Alrighty, I am getting very hungry. And it is time to start playing around and testing some new gear. First things up is a upgrade to impact organization. I got this really nice handmade leather possum pouch from Hide Lab Leatherworks. I just put a picture of that on my Instagram as well. It has a ferro rod holder up front. You can use this as a tinder bag or just a complete catch-all. And the other thing I like about it is you can set it up to kind of be like a tray whenever you get to camp. And then it's easy just to keep everything, you know, well contained and together. So really like this. I got to break it in. You know, it's brand new, so anytime you got a new leather product, you got to work and get it to start showing some lines of love. And I also took and got a new fire starter that I want to try, because I needed some for some survival kits that I'm going to be building soon. And these are made by Pro Camp Tech, and it's kind of the same concept as those pucks I make, but the pucks that I make work very well. Where I add like a heavy fuel element to mine, they can get a little messy even if you keep them in plastic. So, you know, depending on the type of survival kit you're working with, something like this can be a much better option. So we'll be trying one of these. And then I got a new fixed blade knife. This is also part of the whole survival kit stuff that I'm working on, because I wanted a knife that was like similar in quality and price point to Mora knives. But I mean, the Mora knives are just so common and overdone. Like, not, I mean, it's because those are quality knives as well. But I thought I would check out a new brand, and we're going to play around with this one and see what we can do. Like today, we're not doing nearly as much bushcrafting, but I wanted to see if there's just going to be one to where. So yeah, you can throw. It's got a really nice sharp spine on it. Seems to be very, very sharp. It's got a nice thick plastic sheath with the clip that's on it. You can clip it on your belt, or you can clip it into some molly webbing. It's just got a really nice rubber gripped handle. So I'm really curious too to get this out and use it in wet weather to see if the grip factor stays at a 10 like it is now. Yeah, let's go take and find a spot. And so also to give these a good test, I went ahead and got wood that's not that's pretty wet. Because I want to see if just one of these has enough burn time and intensity to do that. But I found this spot that I had used before in the past. I really don't remember the last time it was. There's just like a nice little clearing area right here. I'm assuming I probably tent camped here before. So I want to keep it kind of dense to increase its burn time. Make sure we seal this so no moisture gets in it. And I got a ferro rod and stuff in my fire kit there, but like I said, since this one comes with one, might as well give her a go. Like, even doing this, man, where my spring my right hand, it's still feeling it. It's hard to put pressure down. There we go. That first one would have hit if I hadn't pushed away from it. We've got good flame already, and then we're just going to put that on there. Okay, while we're waiting on that to burn down a bit, let's take a look at the new cook set. So yeah, this is a 2-piece titanium cook set made by Silver Ant. When I first seen this, it was something that I knew that I'd been wanting. I just didn't know there was anything out quite like it. These are a handleless, like a handleless pan, and then a handleless pot aside from these things here on the side. And it comes with these cables so that you can either hang these directly over a fire with a tripod, or you can take and just use these to help maneuver it on and off the fire. Like today, I'm not going to screw around with making a tripod or anything, because we really are just going to be needing the pan to fry up the burgers and take and warm up our rice. But yeah, really, I know it seems pretty big for one person, but the thing is, you can take and pack this thing full of your food items or just additional gear, and then you can pack everything around it where it's titanium. To be this size, it weighs nothing. Like my seagull pot definitely weighs more than this combo. But you now have a lot more versatility. And then now too, whenever I go camping with other people, this is enough to where, depending on what meal you're fixing, you can easily cook for 2 to 3 people. But right there is our juicy burgers. I brought some campfire sauce, got a little bit of oil, got my fork, and some paper towels. Today, I think what I'm gonna do is just take and kind of position some rocks to where we can set this on there, and then when we need to take it off, we'll have it. The only thing to note is, because of the way this is designed to be packed up inside of its tote bag, the lid only fits the pot, which is fine with me, because I mean that's good for, you know, pasta and doing things of that nature, soups, and then you can, if you make pasta, you can strain it off with that top portion. Now I'm going to see if we can figure out a good way to balance this top pan over top of a fire. It should be pretty okay. Well, it's definitely hot. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. That right there is a very level, like, base of wood. Oil in there to help keep from sticking. By dropping it from the height, it kind of splashes and gets it in there better without having to, oh, it's just going to be hot on the fingers, that's for sure. Might have to see if we can drag it closer to us. Or maybe it'd be better if we, okay, yeah, if we work over top of that rock right there. But, it would have been a lot easier if I brought my tongs, but this course of action is going to be, because I want to use the same pan without getting the other one dirty if I can help it. So once these are right about done, then we'll push them to the back and then pour the rice in just so it can heat up. Okay. That should be about done. Now I've got an idea on how I can attempt to tip this over and get grease out of it so we can put our rice in there. I mean, I got my canteen cup and stuff too that we could use instead, but these just to okay, just put a little bit of water on there. That right there, my friends, looks and smells amazing. I just got to figure out now how I'm going to. I might could turn this other pot. Then again, this titanium does cool off fast. It might be manageable. Oh yeah. Rice got heated perfectly. Open up a new bottle of this sauce. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10. So it seems like we got a winner with this cook set. So I can do like a homemade stew or a big thing of chili beans or something in that pot. Well, guys, I'm going to take and sit here and enjoy this tasty food and just chill out and relax. Because even though there was some chances of rain, I think we're going to come out in the clear. I do want to take and get this in the rain ASAP, but I'm kind of glad I didn't have to try to set this thing up for the very first time, you know, in a torrential downpour. It's getting late into the evening. I'm going to go ahead and get my woobie blanket inside of the... Supposed to get down to 48, but I'm not sure what time it's supposed to hit that temperature, because right now, just having on this long sleeve shirt, I'm completely fine. Like, I know once it gets completely dark, it'll be a bit colder, but I think just this shirt and this alone, but I got that flannel with me just in case. And two, I mean, like, this is my first time using this under quilt. It might even be just enough by itself. I'm just not, because if that's hanging that low and the sides of these walls are coming up as high as it looks like, then I might not even end up, I might end up sleeping on top of this. Oh, alrighty guys, it is definitely cooled off quite a bit, and I am ready to crawl in this cocoon here. So let's see, here we go. There's the zipper. I've not even really got a chance to squat down it. And I know it's tight quarters in here, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to just take my boots off and set them underneath the hammock right here in the middle. If I need to get up, I can just slip them on. Oh yes, it's a noisy night out here. Oh yes, this is going to be very nice. It's one thing to I can't really get you and show you this time, but where you can completely unzip the fly, if you let it get down too far to the end, whenever you get in it, the tension makes it where it's kind of hard to get around this loop. You know, first time using something, you gotta do it to learn how it works. But let's get these off. There. Oh yeah, baby. This thing right here is actually super comfortable to lay sideways in. And I don't even think I'm gonna need to put this woobie on top of me. Well, good night everybody. I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning everybody. This right here has got to be the most comfortable way to sleep. This hands down gotta be the most comfortable way that you can sleep whenever you're camping. I mean, I think having this like under quilt makes a world of difference, like not having to fight a sleeping pad while you're in your hammock. But this one, I don't know if it's going to work good using this in the summer. I mean, like during the summer, I kind of like that cool feeling that you get from the convection air blowing underneath you. Like last night, I really didn't even need this woobie at all. I woke up like more or less on top of it. Just gotta use it to fight the morning chills you get every now and then when you wake up. But yeah, this setup is yawn so hard my eyes water. this setup is a hands down a 10 out of 10. Can't wait to try in some rainy weather and try in some more you know, out there locations and stuff. But quality seems good, and yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Appreciate y'all coming along. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel and videos with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys outdoor activities. If you're interested in any of the gear, I'll link to the stuff that I can down in the description. You know, just as another reminder, the giveaway is ended, and I'll be probably the next video that comes out will be revealing the winner of the Vault Can Titanium Canteen Mess Kit. I'm just going through and double checking, you know, to make sure that I got everybody that entered properly, and making sure that the people that are quote unquote entered like followed all the specific rules. But yeah, stay tuned for that one. And till the next one, guys, adios.